Hello class, this is your teacher Mr. McDougall with your next Photoshop project tutorial. Again, this one will be your next project. That means it is worth more points and you will be creating your files on your own. I do not give you any exercise files. You'll get to take your own photos. And for this one, you'll actually get to be working with the cameras because you'll get to take pictures of yourself and create clones of yourself interacting. So I have a couple of examples here. As you can see, you can do something like this, and I'll show you how using the techniques we've practiced so far. So you'll create a project folder like you normally do to save your files in, except this time you're going to take your own photos with the camera and the tripod. I'm not going to give you any exercise files, but you'll save them the same way you normally do. So what you need to do is you need to take at least 3 photos of yourself to create at least 3 clones. You can have more. If you want to have a whole bunch, like in this example here, that's fine, but you need a minimum of 3. So what you need to do first is you need to have a partner take a photo of you. You must use a camera and a tripod. I will show you how to use the tripods in class. The tripod is key because the camera cannot move once you've set it up. You'll see from the examples in all 3 of these that nothing is changing except for me in the shot. The camera is locked in the same exact spot in order to make this effect work. So you'll put the camera on the tripod, you'll take 3 different photos or more of the same position, and you'll just move around into different spots on each one. The other key important thing to keep in mind is that you want the background to remain the same. You don't want anyone to go through the background, you don't want objects to move around, and you don't want the lighting to change. So I would recommend shooting inside, like you see me here, or shoot into the shade. You don't want to shoot into the sun or anywhere where it's bright and sunny because the light will constantly be switching. So you want to shoot somewhere with consistent lighting and a neutral background that remains unchanged. So take your 3 photos or more and bring them in to Photoshop, and we're going to use it using masks. We're going to create the effect using masks and brushing the masks just like we did in the previous lessons. So pick one that you want to start with. It doesn't really matter which one, and you're going to bring the other images on top of one of them. So I'll start with the middle one, and then I'll start bringing these in. So I'm going to take this one, bring it in. You can drag and drop it like there, like I have. Just make sure they lock right in like that. I can see that is right in the middle, so they're in the exact same spot. Or you can do the select all, Command A, and then Command C to copy, and then bring it over here, Command V to paste. Now I know they're all right on top of each other. It will help to rename them so you know which one is which. So this one is the left, and this one is the right for me. Your position might be different, but it just helps to name so I know which one is which. And this one is the center. I'm not going to do anything to the background, but I just want to know that that one's the center. So what we'll do is we're going to start with one layer at a time, working our way up. So let's hide the top 2 layers for right now, and we'll start with this one. So this one we'll work on first. So let's unhide this one so we can see it. So on the right layer, the first thing we're going to add is a layer mask. So come down right here, click add a layer mask. Because right now it's covering the one in the middle, but the mask will help brush it away. So let's go to our brush. Just like we practiced before, remember the mask is white, and so we need to brush with black to show what's underneath it. So make sure you have a soft brush. Your brush might need to change as you go between the hardness and softness depending on how close your edges are, but let's start brushing. So if I start brushing now, you can see what's starting to happen. The one underneath is coming through. So let's brush all the way until it comes through. Right there, don't forget to get your shadow. I'm doing small little clicks in order to make sure I get the entire thing to come through. If you go on accident, go too far, like that, whoops, you can always Command Z or just switch back to white and then brush with white to bring it back, just like we practiced before. Perfect. So that one's looking good so far. So let's do the next one. Let's move up to the next one. Let's turn this one on now, the left one, and we need to do the same thing. Let's add our mask. Come to the left one, click add a layer mask, and now we need to brush in the areas to make the other ones appear. So we've got our brush, switch to black. Make sure that the mask itself is highlighted. If you have the image highlighted like this, I'm going to paint black on the image. That's not what you want. Make sure the image is, the mask is highlighted. So now I can start brushing right here. So I'll need to brush through both of them so I can see both of them. Just like that. There we go. Super simple. Now I have my clones all interacting. One thing to keep in mind that you'll notice is that they're not crossing or interacting or touching each other in any way. There's no overlap. I would avoid doing any kind of overlap. Don't have your clones try to high-five each other or anything. If you try to have their hands or something touch, it will be very difficult to brush that because it's going to be really precise and hard to line those up. So it's easier if you have them, you can have them looking at each other. Maybe they're interacting by playing rock, paper, scissors, but don't have them touching each other in any way because that will make the effect really hard to sell. So as simple as that, everything's just been masked out, 1 and 2. So now we have all of our clones, and as you can see, it was easy because the background stayed the same in every single shot. So since this is a project, make sure that you export it. You're not going to take a screenshot. You're going to go up to File. Oh, I got to confirm my transformation. There we go. Go up to File, and then Export, Export As. It should already be on JPEG. Once this pops up, it'll be a JPEG, and then all you have to do is click Export, and you'll have to tell it where to save. So it's going to save in the My Clones. You can give it a title. You can call it My Clones so it doesn't just say the image name, and then just click Save right there. Okay? And then you'll have your photo ready to go, and turn that in. Don't turn in the screenshot. Turn in your exported photo. All right, I'm super excited to see how your clones interact with each other. Have fun. Let me know if you have any questions.